they are going to beat us. The first, they are going to beat us. The second is for Ugandans, those that take long to understand basic facts, to understand who Museveni is. He's a chauvinist of sorts. And I always thought he was a religious, a tribal zealot. Now I think he's a family zealot. He believes so much in empowering his family to take over everything that they think they need to take over. But he's a clever chap. One, he had empowered his son so much, and he realized that the speed at which the son was moving is not the speed that he wanted. Because Museveni does not want his son to run for presidency in 2026. Museveni wants his son to run for presidency in 2031. But he realized that the level of empowerment and the speed at which the boy was moving could be dangerous in 2026, that the boy might be tempted to run against him. You know, when you have a family that has no limits, anything within that family is possible. In Parliament here, I've ever seen somebody who stood with his son, I think 8th or 7th Parliament, and he lost to his son. So, this man, Muhoozi, given the family history, was capable of running against his father, irrespective of what the results or outcome would be. So I think Museveni is trying to deflate him a bit, but as he also prepares him for 31, because he thinks by taking him to the helm of the army in the country, he gives him advantage. Now, that is one way of looking at it. But we are told by those who meet him that the old man is getting weaker and weaker. So he could even make a projection that maybe I may not make it to the next election. So what do I do? Politically, this boy is not stable enough to go and ask for and to stand for an elective position. The best thing is to empower him, deflate those that would have opposed him within the army, make sure they exit, such that in the event that I disappear from the scene, maybe the boy is empowered enough. Now, Ugandans must not lose hope in the fight against removing the dictatorship. You see, as you're planning evil, God is also planning. Maybe it could be one way of inflating the young man's ego, that he's on top, while we are doing more politics. To those that are committed to the struggle of removing Museveni, the time is now to do covert politics, mobilize the grassroots, and ensure that we defeat Museveni at the next available opportunity. Mark my word, next available opportunity. If people have not been strengthened before, the time is now to strengthen ourselves other than tearing ourselves in pieces. Because the family we are fighting with is strengthening itself. For the first time I saw Muhoozi's wife in a Gomesi. I had never seen it. Yet this girl was born, bred and brewed in Uganda, educated in Uganda. She's more or less a Muganda by your standards. She has never put on a Gomesi. I don't know where she bought it from, when, whether it was her mother's Gomesi, but she put on a Gomesi. That shows you the resolve of this family to continue with the subjugation. So people who are bickering over very small petty things, the time is now to wake up. Now you can see my brother Wilson Mbasu Mbadi has also been put in the cooler to go as Minister of State and cool down. You see Edward is what? Presidential advisor? On what? Replaces Muhoozi.
Special duties.
Special duties. No, that is the sacking. Anybody who has opposed Muhoozi. And where I really confirmed that the old man has been wrecked. When you see these mobilizers of PLE, what?
PLE.
I thought it was an organization of people who wanted to go and sit PLE. Now, all the entire mobilization team of PLE has been placed this way in cabinet. Even Balaam. Even Balaam is now minister. Let me see, I believe he's going to start to learn how to put on a suit. And the Balaam being my brother, that one is my first offer to him. I think as NOP, what we need to do is to reorganize and go and fish them out. All those PLE fellows, we bring them to NOP. Now that the leadership has been demobilized. You know, at some point, Museveni began fearing his wife, his son. Now, a limitless family, anything is possible. In a family where a husband appoints his wife minister, brother minister, son presidential advisor, and now CDF. This one doesn't surprise me.